It's Angel Crafts. She's finally here on YouTube now. Let's give her a cheer.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Angel's Crafts. Thank you so much for returning if you've come back. If you're new, welcome. And today I'm going to be using Resin-Crete EcoPore. I'm going to be doing my little Volkswagen camper van and my Angel. Resin-Crete is a 3-to-1, 100 grams to 30 grams of water. 100 grams of powder to 30 grams of water, should I say. These are my Resin-Crete pigments. Lovely pink and purple and greens. There's a black and there's a brown as well. I'm going to be using some of these colours. I'm not 100% sure which ones yet, but as you'll see, I only used two. I'm going to measure up 200 grams of Resin-Crete, which will mean I'll need 60 grams of water. I'm using the remnants of one bag, and I will then open my next bag in a little bit. But as you can see, I'm measuring out the grams, and I have 208 grams. So 208 grams isn't going to be a big issue. So I'll get 60 grams of water once I find my water bottle. I'll get a little jug to pour it in so I can measure it. And I'm using a plastic baby spoon for mixing. Sorry about going quiet there. I don't know, I got lost in watching myself. I'll move my scales out the road so that I can keep this all as central as I possibly can. And I'm still getting used to filming. So I'm hopefully trying to stay central. But what I'm going to do here is just go Speedy Gonzales in a minute so that I can get this done and you don't have to sit and watch the boring part. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Whee! Gosh, like Speedy Gonzales. Oh no, I've just realised the dog's snoring. You can probably hear her in the background. Yeah, for such a tiny little dog, she snores like a bear. Now she stopped snoring now, she must have ken that I'm talking about her. Now, I'm going to pour the little Volkswagen, I couldn't remember the name of it there, the little Volkswagen camper van first, but I'm going to do it in white so that afterwards I can colour it. Not that I'm a great at colours, but I'm going to colour it, and hopefully I'm going to try and get you some glamour shots if I can figure out how to add them on to the end of the video. hopefully this time I might be able to do it. I'm just going to pour this up to the line, so actually just a little under the line, and that'll be that one done. That was quick and simple and easy, wasn't it? Make sure I don't drip anywhere. I'll use my leftovers and daiquiri. Nope, wait a minute. Colour. Get some colour. I think I'll do brown. And that way I can have maybe a marble effect. Brown and white kitty. And this is the Resin-Crete Pigments by J Diction as well. And as you can see, oh no, nothing's coming out. So I'll give it a little clean, try again. Nope, still nothing coming out. So I'm gonna stick a cocktail stick in the end of it just to see if it's blocked after I give it a good shake. And in we go. Not that you can see because I am off camera. And oopsie, I can't get the cocktail stick back out because it pulled the top out. And yay, clever me, I just splattered it all over and even got a big drip into my little camper van. So I put a little bit in, shove it back in, and hold it tight and pull. Yay, I got the cocktail stick out. There we go. Now I'm gonna just give the Resin-Crete mixture there a little stir and hopefully get a nice little marbling effect going on. Well, that looks not too bad. A nice little brown and white for my little kitty. Oh, the puppy woke up. Hi, baby. I'll just pour this in and I'll give it a little scrape so that I'm not wasting too much Resin-Crete. But even at that, once it's dried, you just squeeze the silicone jugs and it all cracks. And then you can tip it into a side cup, and that way you can use it for chorizo. No, that sounds more like chorizo. There's an effect you can do, but I can't pronounce it. Terrazzo, I think. Maybe? Yeah? No? I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comments how you pronounce that. I'll give his tail a little squeeze so that he doesn't have an air bubble in it. As you can see, I'm putting this over to the side now, and I didn't go round the edges. So there's a possibility for some bubbles on it. I'm going to make up another, maybe possibly 300 grams, I think it is. I'll make up 300 grams so that I can fill my angel and my, it was a wolf. I think it was meant to be a wolf mould. Oh, sorry, I just bumped my microphone. Yeah, I'll make up 300 grams resin powder to 90 grams of water, and I'm going to use that for my angel and my wolf. It's a long, slow, boring process measuring. And because I'm doing the angel, I want it to have a kind of marble effect like that I've done with the brown. So I'm going to use red to give it a marble effect. And wee, speedy water. Give it a quick mix, really quick mix. I don't really work this fast, honestly. I finally found my little whisk, my little hot chocolate whisk that I got a while back. I do have a little one that's about the same size, just a little bit bigger, that's got silicone on it, and I usually use that when I'm mixing Resin-Crete, but I could not for the life of me find it. So I'm going to pop in a few drips of the red, and then I realise it's not going to work because it's going to be way too pale a pink. So I'll mix it through, and then once it's a nice consistent colour, I'll add some other colour or maybe some more red to give it a slight marble effect. Well, it's not too bad a pink, so it's very Hubba Bubba pink. Or was Hubba Bubba paler? I don't know, I can't remember. Hubba Bubba hasn't been around for a while. And I'll add 5 more little droplets in and see if I can get a bit of a marble look. Hopefully that'll do. And because this is for my angel, I don't know where my angel is, so I picked up the wolf first. Pink's not exactly the best colour for a wolf, I don't suppose, but hey ho. I'll pour the wolf first while glancing around at my table trying to figure out where I have put my angel. So I'm going to pour his head first, and then I'll give him a little squidgy widgy so that I don't have any bubbles in his head. And it's here that I start to notice that I've made a bit of a mess, so I'm trying to figure out how on earth I made a mess. How did I end up with Resin-Crete down the side? Now if you're a mould user for, say, candles or Resin-Crete or any of the other eco-pores that you've got out there, you probably already know why I had a mess at the side. But at this point I couldn't quite figure it out. I'm like, it's messy. How did I get it down the side? Give it a wipe, give it a clean. And I'll pour some more in before I realise it's oozing now at the side in 2 separate places. And I was a little annoyed, so I spotted my angel, grabbed it, moved the wolf out the road, decided I'm going to have to empty that into the angel because I have no idea what's going on. this angel is from J Dixon's kit. You can get it comes with an angel and a cupid, and the other kit comes with paintings, and the third kit comes with pictures of flowers. I have all three of those, but I thought I'll do this angel because it's for my new channel. It's Angel's Crafts. Angel's Crafts needs an angel. So I finished pouring the angel. I've got a bit too much left now because I don't need to use it on the wolf. So I'll pour another little kitty cat. And as for me, I always keep a little mould or two on the side just in case I have too much. And it's a new mould, so I've never poured it before. I don't know what it is because I couldn't remember what it was. And I just go ahead and pour into it. Because it needs a first pour to see what it is, see where there's going to be any issues or problems anyway. So I'll pour it. It's kind of long and it's got a really weird shaped bottom end. Top end that I'm pouring into, which will be the bottom when I turn it over. But I didn't quite have enough. So all this time that I'm always making sure I've got a mould ready to take the extra. Finally had an extra. I thought I'm going to be able to do that. I'll do that. Didn't have enough. So I'll scrape this and I'll make up some more, but I'll just do plain white because it doesn't really matter what this mould looks like colour wise, because it's just going to be a tester to find out what it is, because it's one of the issues you have when you buy from Temu. You don't know, you buy it, but then when you get it you can't remember what it is because it looks kind of weird and slightly weirdly shaped. And then you put it down and you finally get round to using it and you can't remember what it was. Well, it happens with me sometimes. I have a bit of a bad memory. I'll move that over to the side and I'll clean up. I'll clean up first on the mould anyway. And oh, that's one of those really sticky moulds. Some moulds you get, they're really like tacky and they tend to stick to your silicone mats, or in this case my little, I can't even remember what kind of mat that is. It's just a little mat, but it stuck to it. And give it a clean up. If you can hear any noises in the background, it sounds like one of my neighbours is out with the lawnmower. Either that, there's a hovering helicopter. Excuse me, I'm going to put that to the side now. Yet again, it is stuck to the mat. Clean up time. I'm a little bit finicky when it comes to it. I clean up, I see it, I clean it, and I'm still so mad. I can just about see where the hole is on there. And then I realise there's another actual hole, so 2 whopping holes in the back of my wolf. I'm just going to have to bin that mould unless anybody can tell me if there's any way of fixing that. If not, I'm going to have to bin it and buy another one. But if you know any way of fixing that, you pop it down in the comments and let me know. I was thinking maybe a hot glue gun, but then I thought if I pour it with resin, the hot glue gun will probably, the hot glue will just stick to it. I was wiping and I knocked my lamp. And I don't suppose it's a good idea to have a touch lamp next to where you're filming a video, because yeah, I'm the kind of person that knocks into it. Last time I knocked the big lamp over and knocked an entire candy juice over as well. Now I give this a little clean because I spill powder all the time. I make such a mess, such a messy puppy. I did it again, as you can tell. So I'm going to put this little silicone jug on. I'll reset it and I'll give myself 50 grams of Resin-Crete powder, but I didn't notice that it sat at 55 because I didn't zero it. I thought I zeroed it because I touched it, but it didn't zero. So I'm just going to make up 45 grams of Resin-Crete. It would have been easier for 50 for the amount of water, but I don't notice. So in my brain I have a whopping 88 grams of Resin-Crete there already. Such a clever sausage. A smart wee woman. And there we are, 98. And 100 grams, which is actually only 45 grams. Need to get hold of my water jug again. And I was going to pour 30 grams, but my brain was like, no, that doesn't look like it needs 30 grams of water. So I didn't pour 30 grams. I then stir off camera. Who is it that I heard say, you're not a YouTuber unless you do it off camera? No, that did not sound right. Okay, scrap that, never mind. We'll go back to just topping up the little brown and white marbled cat because it had some extra space in it. I'm gonna top this up, and then I decide to finish this one because it had a couple of mils, not even a couple of mils, from the top of the mould, and I have the perfect amount. So 45 grams was perfect. And cleaning up again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as you know, clean up again. And then I'm going to let these set for 30 minutes. I will go after I've cleaned up and I'll come back and I'll show you the demold. And my dirty fingers all covered in Resin-Crete from that wolf. So I'll go wash my hands and then come back in 30 minutes. And we're back again. It's time for demold. I'm just going to move this out the road. Grab the kitties. The Resin-Crete is set, but it's fragile at this point because it's not dried out. So what I'm trying to do is be very careful with these, because I don't want to break the little head or tail or ears. I don't think the ears would break though. Oh, This chair is so noisy. I should use my own chair when I'm doing these voiceovers. Hubby's chair's dead squeaky. And here's the other one, which is slightly deeper. Not quite as detailed, delicate wise. And, oh, I nearly lost it. Oh, that's okay. Wait a minute, how did it get yellow in the head? I haven't put any colours into that mould. How does brown and white make yellow? Does anybody know? Could you comment down in the comments and let me know? Here I'm going to do the little Volkswagen camper van. He's so cute. I can just imagine throwing a suitcase of clothes in there and just running away for a weekend somewhere near the coast. And there you go, you can see at the front there are some little holes in what looks like the little front grille thing. Hold on, I get my cup. I do keep a cup with resin-crete chips in it, either for trying that. Heck, what was it? Terrazzo, no, that effect anyway. Or for filler. And look at that, it's a little pumpkin with a witch's hat on. Oh. It kind of looks cute being pink. Maybe need to try and do it proper colours next time. But at least I know. And would you look at that, I didn't get any bubbles in his hat. Pop them all back the right way. As I said, I will try and colour the little Volkswagen, but I'm not that great a painter. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some glamour shots at the end. If not, I do apologise, and I will keep working on learning this. Hubby will keep working on learning how to edit and how to do stuff. Here I realised that I had poured into his head and gave it a nice squidgy widgy so there was no bubbles and everything. And although I tipped out all the rest of it, his head was still in the mould. And I am so sad because I do believe that would have turned out to be such a beautiful piece. Obviously not in that colour, but such a beautiful piece had the mould not had holes in it. I'll get out all the rest of these coloury bits and then I'll show you the actual hole, because it turns out there's only one hole on the inside and 2 holes on the outside. But if you've enjoyed this video so far, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Please be nice. I'm gonna just clear up this bit and then I'll show you the holes in the wolf mould once I clear it out a little bit better. And if you have stayed this long in the video, thank you so much. It is so much appreciated. And now I'm going to demould the angel before I show you the holes in the wolf. But here I realised that because I was so annoyed at the wolf mould, I didn't squidgy her ears, because this little mould is supposed to have, I think it's either little cat ears or little bunny ears. And I didn't squidgy. And I end up with 2 nubs on the top. I'm trying to be very careful so that I don't break the wings. Because as I said, 30 minutes it's cured, but it's still slightly fragile. And I don't want to break off the wings. This angel isn't going anywhere. She's going to stay in my studio. Because Angel's Crafts needs an angel. Just an angel that's not got little ears on her. I like the way the marblings went on one of those wings. It looks almost like stripes. But you can't really see the marbling on the front. But I think that's because I had to scrape it out of the wolf mould. So it blended a bit more together. I've just looking for my nail file just to give it a little clean on the top. Excuse me, sorry about that. Just so I can shave the sharp little bits off the top of her, or where her ears were meant to be. That feels pretty good, so we'll just leave it at that now. Yeah, as you can see, the marbling didn't take too well in the front because most of that I had to scrape out of the wolf. It's very, very pink. I don't even think that is bubblegum pink. Hot pink, maybe. I found a little bit inside her ear. Here we go. Clean this up. And then I'll wash them out once I'm finished. Still picking bits out of this wolf. And I realise that there's a chunk inside where the hole was that's cured. But as you can see, maybe if I hold it in the right part of the table so you can see, still picking bits out the inside of that hole. But it's so weird because one hole on the inside, two holes on the outside. But I will just show you where the holes are. There you go, it's quite a big hole in that bit, and a nice small hole on that side. And that's everything from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, for sticking out this long, and I will see you next week sometime. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share if you can, and bye for now, people. Thank you.
Dragon's tail shimmer